guys. How are we today on this Monday? Hey, Trista, it's always so good to see you. And Erin, how are you? Erin did a drive by and she's dipping out on us, but maybe she'll come back. And stay safe out there, Erin. And Shaylee Tong, how are you? It's good to see you, Merk. How are you? And Tony, it's good to see all you guys coming in. I haven't seen you guys since we had our interview with Allison. You guys, Allison was she was just a delight to have on. She was my first interview to you guys, and I really appreciated her coming on. I told her that I'm really picky about the content that I do, and um, so I and my channel's small, but I really appreciated her sharing about her memo with us. Um, Tony, I don't remember if I said hello to you, but how are you? I love you tons back, Merp. How are you? And Allison, remember we talked about Lois last time, and it was Lois's birthday on October 25th, and we all know how grief does. Hey, MK, how are you? We all know how grief does, unfortunately, and birthdays and anniversaries are just the worst. And so I felt really bad for them, you guys. But there is some movement in another case over there. They were retesting some DNA from there's two other unsolved murders that I would like to talk to you all about from Letcher County. We're not going to talk about that today. I'm hoping I can find, you guys know, when I talk about the victims. And somebody said it in some of the stuff that I was reading about Ellie. They said, we want to talk about her as a person, not as a victim. And I thought that should be our logo for my channel, or motto, that's it. That should be my motto, because you guys know that's really important to me, to talk about how the victims were in life. And for the two unsolved murders that I was looking into in Letcher County, it's a mother and a daughter. And the daughter was killed about 6 months before the mother, and the mother was looking into it really closely, and it kind of reminds me of what happened in Bardstown with Crystal Rogers and her dad. And but I can't find a whole lot about them personally, so I'm still looking, and I want to do that before I talk about them with you guys. But my point is, they're testing some DNA in that case, so hopefully that all of this attention has gotten things stirred up again, and hopefully they'll test Lois's DNA too, the DNA in her case. Hey, Teacup Kraken, how are you? Yep. But you guys, what I want to talk to you today about is they you guys know that October is breast cancer awareness month, and also domestic violence awareness month. And some of you guys know that I had one really bad incident of domestic violence that I don't know that I'll ever speak publicly about, but every time that I tried to look into a case about, I did make a few community posts, but every time that I tried to look into a case to bring to you guys, it would kind of trigger those feelings. And so I wasn't able to. This is the first time that this case didn't trigger me, it made me angry. And like Allison said the other day, sometimes we have to get angry to bring awareness the right way. But first, you guys, before we get into that, there is a missing person that I want to speak to you guys about. One of my friends is from this area, and her name, the missing lady, is Amanda Martin, and she's 40 years old. Let me show you guys. Uh, Let me see here. Oh, and guys, I figured out what was wrong with my bubble up the last time. All I had to do was press the X. I don't know what I was doing, but So this is her, and she was last seen in Scott County, Indiana on September 13th. It says Amanda was last spoken to by family on September 13th. Her last known whereabouts were around Frog Pond Road in eastern Scott County. Amanda has long brown hair, and police are seeking help from the public in finding Amanda Martin, who they feel is in extreme danger due to a medical or mental illness. And these are some more photos of her. um, I feel like I'm gonna show I'm gonna show you guys a video from the Scott County Sheriff, and it seems like he's saying that he feels like something bad might have happened to her, but we can always hope and pray for the best, like we always do, you guys. And they they have a more recent update than what I'm going to show you guys today. And he said that there is a $1,500 reward now for information. And he sounds like a really good fellow, you guys. I'll pull that up, and it's only about 4 minutes, so I'll let it play through all the way because I don't know much about this case. My friend had shared it with me a few days ago, and I forgot until this morning to look into it, and so I feel really bad about that. So I didn't have much time to look into it. Let me read this to you guys. This is from the Scott County, Indiana Sheriff's Office, and it says missing persons update. Scott County Sheriff's deputies seek public help with locating this missing person reward offered. And it was on the 24th when they first made this. It said, a report was made to the Scott County Sheriff's Office regarding a missing person from the area of Frog Pond Road in eastern Scott County. The missing person, identified as Amanda D. Martin, 40 years old, with long brown hair, was last seen or spoken to by family on 9/13. So it looks like they waited about 11 days to report them missing. But if we don't know how often that they spoke to each other and things like that. So it says numerous attempts by sheriff's deputies to locate Amanda have not been successful. We are seeking help from the public in finding her, who we feel is in extreme danger due to a medical or mental illness. Please look closely at the pictures, and those were the ones that I showed you guys. And it said, and you guys, the sheriff, I'll go ahead and play that video because I think that he's going to tell you guys about everything else that it says. But he's also saying, MK says, hopefully she is found safe. Yes, hopefully. There was a lady and her 1-year-old baby that I did a short about. Her name was Crystal, I'm thinking, but they were found after 2 weeks safe, and I was so worried about them because she was supposed to go to court against her ex, and she went missing right before she was supposed to be in court. But they found her and the baby safe, so it can happen. So that's what we're gonna believe. And the sheriff is talking about. He is talking about that they're bringing the FBI, and let me find it here. That they bringing the FBI in, so that's really good too. Let me see here. Okay, you guys let me know if you can hear.
Come to you today and just make a short update video actually on our missing female, Amanda Martin, 4-year-old female from out in the Blotcher area of Scott County. We have followed up on numerous leads. Obviously, we put that news release out on our Facebook page. We've had numerous shares. We've reached out to other law enforcement agencies for assistance, state police, obviously, and the Department of Natural Resources, our conservation officers. But we've not really developed any good leads. Again, we've followed up on several leads. Every lead's a good lead, so please keep calling. Even if you don't think it's relevant, please call us and let us know. One thing I did want to talk about is that, hey, if you're out in the woods and you're deer hunting or you're ginseng hunting, or if you're just out in the woods walking, if you see something suspicious, just call us. Let us check it out. Don't just brush it off, you know what I'm saying, and not think nothing about it. Let us go out and check it out and make sure that if something don't look right, and let us investigate it a little bit. I also wanted to talk about one thing here, and I don't want anyone to read into that I'm trying to assume something, or that I'm trying to insinuate something, or that we think she's deceased, or whatever. But I do need to make this perfectly clear. Okay, if you if someone's watching this, or they know someone that needs to watch this, if you know where Amanda Martin is, either alive, hopefully, or if she is deceased, you need to tell us where she's at. Okay. Uh, if there was some type of an accident to where that Amanda had lost her life, uh, and you know that what happened, and you're scared to call the police because you're afraid that you may get in trouble, or that something else, you know what I'm saying, could come of it, that mentality needs to stop. Okay. If anyone hears me speaking today knows where Amanda Martin is, or where Amanda Martin's body could be, you need to contact me immediately, or 911 immediately, and let us know. In the state of Indiana, it's not against the law if you do not render assistance to somebody that needs it. Okay? That's not against the law. Unfortunately, it's not. I think it should be. But in Indiana, you don't have to render assistance to someone. Okay? But here's the catch to it. If you know that she is deceased, or you know where she could be, and you don't report that, then it can turn into a crime. Then, if you're obviously moving a deceased person's body, or if you're kidnapping someone, then obviously it becomes a crime. So I'm just throwing that out. I don't want no one to get on here and say, or no one to pass around and say that the sheriff said that we think that our office thinks Amanda's deceased. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm throwing the information out there that says if someone knows something, you better say something. Okay. We're not going to stop looking for Amanda. We will continue to look for Amanda until we find her again, hopefully alive and well. But even if we do find her and she is deceased, we're going to keep looking until we find her. So if anyone sees this, or you see it that you think somebody else needs to see this information, okay, you need to contact us if you know where this body is, or if you know where she is. And really, other than that, I have nothing else to say other than we're continuing to look. We are continuing to follow leads. Please call us with all leads. Give us all the information we have.
Let me let me go back and get those pictures for you guys again. And I'm gonna keep looking into her case and see what else I can find, you guys. It doesn't sound good. And him saying that it's not a crime to not render aid to somebody in Indiana, that was like, whoa, when I heard that. That should be a crime everywhere. But I think he's saying if an accident happened or something like that, that you won't get in trouble for it if you just talk to him now, I guess. But I don't know. This is the Scott County Sheriff's number, and it's 812-752-8400. If you know where Amanda is, she's 5 foot and she's 130 pounds, and she has really pretty hair. She's a really pretty girl. Hopefully, and if hopefully they find her safe. And if you guys aren't from there, or we can pray from wherever we're at. Absolutely. Okay, now I wanted to talk to you guys about Ellie. Like I was telling you guys, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month and Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And unfortunately, this case has both, you know. Um, so I will just take us back and get us started at uh, so I can show you guys Ellie. And I know that I'm going to get comments afterwards like, oh, of course, a blonde haired, blue eyed girl gets all the attention. Well, I can only I can only bring awareness to the I can only bring awareness to the cases that I find in the news, and I look everywhere, you guys. That's why I don't get a lot of my YouTube notifications, is because I'm subscribed to every news channel everywhere that I can find, and those clog up all of my YouTube notifications. And B Crohn's, bless her heart, she has to keep me updated a lot of the times, and also, so are we not supposed to talk about her because she was a pretty girl? You guys know what I'm saying. But let me show you guys. And this is crazy to me too, you guys, that okay, my niece, she was born in 2000, and that's how I gauge how young and old people are. And Ellie is even younger than her. She was born in 2002. So that seems crazy to me too. But she was 22 years old when she passed away. She passed away October 19th, so a week from this past Saturday. And uh, she was um, she was 22 years old. She was born in May of 2002, and in 2020 she graduated from her high school. She was from Halls High School. It's in Tennessee, is where I'm talking to you guys about. And she graduated as valedictorian from her high school. um, and so she went straight from high school, and let me make sure I got you guys where I can see. Okay. So she went straight from her high school to University of Tennessee at Martin. And she won all kinds of honors from there too. And she graduated with a bachelor's of science in chemistry and a minor in biology. That's like whoa too. That's like I couldn't even imagine, you guys. But she wanted to, so it was her dream to go to the same college of medicine that her mom and her sister went to. Her sister, so there she is, she just graduated. Let me read to you guys what she said on her Facebook post here. Um, Let me see here. She said, officially a UTM alumna. On Saturday, I graduated summa cum laude from UT Martin with my bachelor's of science in chemistry and a minor in biology. I am so thankful for everyone who supported me through this journey, because I definitely would have not been able to do this alone. UTM has been so good to me, but I'm excited for what the future holds. It's so sad, you guys. I saw some things that her teachers said about her in the past, and they said, "You guys know when you're little, and they ask you what you want to be when you grow up." Well, she wanted to be a doctor since kindergarten, and so she kept that dream through elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and she just started medical school this past August, you guys. Um, and it was her dream to go to the same medical school that her a big sister and her mom had went to. I'm not sure if her mom is a nurse or a doctor, but her big sister graduated from medical school this past May. There she is with her family. Her dad David, her big sister Erin, and her mom Kim. And that was at her college graduation. And then this is when her sister graduated medical school in May. So her sister just graduated medical school in May. And so this is when she started at UT to become a doctor. And let me read to you guys what she said here. This was the caption she wrote. She said, I added a new coat to my closet. So very grateful for this opportunity, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Class of 2028, future MD. Um, so let me see here. One of her teachers even shared a something that she had written in 8th grade. Let me show you guys this. He says he had the privilege of teaching Ellie her 8th grade year. And when I say this young lady was top notch, a model student, kind hearted, hardworking, determined, and passionate about her studies, she was a true leader of her generation. At the end of each year, I would have my students to submit a final college and career project after hearing about her incident. And that's what they call it, you guys, too. And a lot of the articles that I find, they call it a domestic violence incident. But I don't know. I searched and found Ellie's project. She wrote about her dreams of becoming a surgeon and helping individuals who battled with cancer and other illnesses. So that makes sense why was where she was on Saturday. Um, she was at well, it says right here, as you can see her picture below, Ellie was well on her way to achieving this goal. As a medical student, she was volunteering at the annual breast cancer walk at Shelby Farms in Memphis, only to become a victim of a senseless homicide. Ellie, your light continues to shine through the lives you've touched. Though your journey was cut short, your passion, kindness, and dreams will forever inspire us. Rest in peace, sweet Ellie. We will carry your memory with us always. Please continue to lift her family and friends in prayer during this difficult time. And then this was what she shared. The career that I wish to pursue is to become a surgeon. Surgeons are very crucial to society because they operate on people to treat broken bones, cancerous tumors, deformities, etc. Various things happen in the daily operations of this career, but before I can become a surgeon, then I will have to go to school for about 10 years. Well, she had 6 of those years under her belt already, depending on the degree I want to get. Even though being a surgeon requires many years of education, it will be a very beneficial career once I get certified to be an MD. I will one day be able to do what I love and save lives. Aww. Um, and also at her in her obituary, I wanted to read you guys what it says. It says she had dreams of becoming a physician to not only wield the wonders of modern medicine, but also to provide patients with compassion and empathy when they needed it most. Witnessing her first natural birth left her awestruck. Oh, I have to tell you guys. Okay, so I'm not a mama, right? So I've never seen any of that, and I wasn't for sure that I wanted to, but my cousin, she's 5 years younger than me, and she was having her third baby, and she asked me if I wanted to come. So I was all for it, you guys. I'd read all I could and watched videos and stuff, so I was ready to go. And I thought that I was going to be sick or pass out probably or something. So my mom was there as a backup to me in case I passed out or anything. But I did really good. And when I saw him born, you guys, oh my gosh, it is like something like you can't explain it unless you've seen it. And I just cried, like tears pouring. And my cousin was asking me if I was all right. My mama came in asking me if I was all right. And I'm like, I'm good, you guys. We got a baby here. I'm good. Oh, so I know what she's talking about, but it says, noting in a personal essay that the room was filled with a palpable sense of joy and wonder. I was deeply moved by the experience. Becoming a physician will allow me to serve my community and make a tangible difference in the lives of those in need. Oh. Mm-mm. So now I have to tell you about the other half of this homicide. Um, And I'm just going to tell you guys that I'm very biased in situations like this. And I just can't help it. And it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be. And that's all there is to it. I can't help it, you guys. So this is Jackson Hopper. And he was 26 when this happened on Saturday. And I think his birthday is coming up, or so he's about to be 27. But he graduated from UT in 2021, so he's about 4 years older than her. So that's probably where they met at because they went to the same college. But he graduated with a degree in accounting and finance. I couldn't find as much about him, but it looks like he has a brother around his same age. And then this past August, he received his master's of business administration. I can't even say it. Do y'all think I could get a master's degree if I can't even say it? Oh my gosh. But you guys know I always mark out the family members here. So this was his memo, I believe. So just in August, you guys. So this was a smart guy. And he's just devastated two families and his own life. I mean, awful. This is where I believe that when they met. So this was in November 15th of 2021. And that's Ellie and Jackson together. And this was the only photo that I could find. And her family members told officers that she had recently broken up with him. So it looks like they've been together or at least on and off since 2021. Two young kids, you guys. Awful. Okay, so now we have to talk about what happened on Saturday. You guys know that I hate getting to this part, the bad parts, but we have to get here. And so Ellie's mama had, I believe it was around 2020, that her mama had breast cancer. And so, of course, this would hit close to home for Ellie. And plus, her being a doctor or going to be a doctor, she would want to help her community all that she could anyway. So she, even though she was so busy doing clinicals and labs and stuff like that, she still made time to volunteer to go to the breast cancer awareness walk that was in Shelby Farms Park on not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. And it was around 12:11 p.m. that license plate readers caught her car going into the park, and just a few seconds behind her was Jackson's car. And witnesses say that let me find it so that I can show you guys what the park looks like. This is what it looks like. So in this parking lot, her Jeep pulled up, and he had a SUV with a temporary Kentucky tag on it. And so I'll just, let me see here. Well, I can tell you guys. So witnesses say that as soon as he pulled in behind her, he shot 2 times and it went through her car and she got out. And when she got out, hey, 71 KJC, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I was asking about you the other day. So they said that he, after she got out, he shot one more time when she was on the ground. And so they found 5 bullet casings and all together. And so she was hit at least 3 times, I think. And let me see here. She was hit 3 times at least. And they found some bullets that hadn't been fired yet on the ground too. And so then after that, he took off, and some officers were trying to. Oh, so remember I told you guys that she pulled in at 12:11. By 12:36, she was, "Hey, Broken Justice, how are you?" It really is. Hey, Nicole, how are you? Thanks for coming in, guys. Yes, this one is so very upsetting. You guys, a 22 and a 26-year-old. He just ruined 2 families. And they had such futures ahead of them. He had just gotten his master's degree. Like, I know that we're always saying if you need, if you're in a domestic violence relationship, to please reach out. But also, if you're the aggressor in the relationship and you know that you need help, you can also reach out. You can also reach out and get help for yourself before you do something like this, you know? Um, so, yeah, he fixed my background for me. He sure did. Um, okay, so they pronounced her dead at 12:36 and he took off. And a little after 1 p.m., some police tried to pull him over for a traffic infraction and he took off. And he called the dispatch and told them that he was armed and he was not going to pull over. Let me see here. I think I have some videos to show you guys. Let me show you guys a little bit more about Ellie, and then I'll tell you guys what happened to him, because he just was not going to give it up. Let me see here.
Starts right now. A med student, a recent college grad. Tonight, we're learning more details about Ellie Young. She's the 22-year-old woman shot and killed while a breast cancer walk was happening just yards away. The suspect, her ex-boyfriend. Thank you for being with us tonight at 6. I'm Daryl Green.
And I'm Dominique Dillon. Darcy Thomas has the night off. Fox 13 investigative reporter Kayla Solomon joins us live from Shelby Farms Park. And Kayla, that's where the shooting happened Saturday afternoon, and you were there that day as well.
Yeah, Dominique, it happened right here in the parking lot at the visitor center at Shelby Farms Park. This is where Ellie Young was shot to death, according to deputies. Now, I found out today from a former teacher that Young has wanted to be a surgeon since she was a teenager.
The thing that really got me the most is that closing sentence that she had in her introductory paragraph that says, you know, after I become a surgeon, I will finally be able to do what I love to do and save lives.
The career that I wish to pursue is to become a surgeon. It's the introduction Ellie Young wrote back in 2016 when she was in Johnny Nelson's 8th grade math class. Nelson posted a portion of her paper online to show Young was still pursuing that dream almost a decade later as a med student at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center.
But it just hurt me so bad, the fact that she didn't get a chance to complete that and do what she really.
Yeah, she tried so hard, you guys, to be valedictorian and then also to be, I don't even know how to say that word, that she was in college, summa cum laude, I think is how they say it. But that takes a lot too. And then to do all the, she'd only been in medical school since August of this year, but still, I mean, goodness, she'd been working so hard, you guys. It's so very sad.
Dream of doing.
The Shelby County Sheriff's Office says it was just after noon Saturday when her ex-boyfriend shot and killed Young in the parking lot at the Shelby Farms Park. Jackson Hopper made his first court appearance Monday morning for first-degree murder and other charges.
Apparently a relationship between the deceased and Mr. Hopper, a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. We entered a plea of not guilty.
Deputies say Hopper pulled up and shot Young at least 5 times. She died in the parking lot. Investigators say Hopper then led officers across county lines on a chase that eventually ended in Dyer County on Saturday evening.
Yep, he led them on through 4 counties, 70 miles. He tried to run over 2 deputies, and I'll have to show you guys the video of, hey, Neat Noodle, how are you? Thank you for coming by. And he tried to run over 2 deputies, and he tried to fight with the police. And I'll show you guys the video. I had to edit it, the cell phone video. It was turned around sideways, so I'll have to show you guys that after I edited it.
I found out today from the Tipton County Sheriff that Hopper is now facing multiple charges in Tipton County that have to do with that chase. They include reckless endangerment, reckless driving, as well as resisting arrest. Hopper will remain in custody at the jail at 201 Poplar until at least Monday when his bond hearing happens. Dominique?
That's Fox 13.
And there was a bond hearing today, but I couldn't find the update to it. But the good news is that even if they gave him bond on the murder charge, he was facing so many other charges in different counties. I'll have to read them all to you guys. That hopefully there is no way that he would be able to get out anyways. But okay, let me show you guys what else that I have. This is some this was a video that they did for let me see here. I'm not sharing again, am I? Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh geez. Okay, now what I'm going to show you guys is a gathering that they had for her from her high school, and then I will show you one that they had from her college too, and then I'll show you the video of what Mr. Jackson has been up to. Okay, I'll get us there, guys. Okay, there we go, and I'll share this video in the chat too, so you guys can watch it on your own time
Shelby
if you want
Farms
to.
Park in Memphis. Her ex-boyfriend Jackson Hopper is behind bars tonight, accused with her murder. Action News 5's Bria Bolden was in Lauderdale County, where loved ones and strangers came together to remember her.
Hundreds of people, family, friends, and some people who didn't even know Ellie gathered here tonight at Cryfield Park on the tennis court where she played in high school.
Ellie was a light in this world. That's what her name means, and so that's how I'm going to choose to remember her.
Candles light the way through the pain for loved ones of Ellie Clear Young in the small town of Halls, Tennessee.
Tonight was about coming back to a place where she was happy, and where she shed light, even to her opponents. They were like, she's so nice, and that's what
Yeah, they said she was a legendary tennis player too, and people that play sports just blow my mind. Like, I was a cheerleader all through school, but hey, Music City Mom, how are you? But you guys, I would get in trouble for talking at cheerleading practice and during the games and stuff. I know that's like really hard to imagine, but I would have to run and stuff for talking so much, and I hated to run. You guys know that I can't run now. I'm paraplegic, but even when I could run, like, I hated to run. So anybody that like wants to do sports that are like take a lot, like it really blows my mind. But so she was a legendary tennis player too, so she was doing all kinds of stuff.
true character of who she was.
Hall's high school assistant principal Richard Dawson, Holly McMillan, and Cindy Ream remember her as a good, genuine, and gracious young woman with dreams of becoming a doctor.
Ellie was smart as a whip and had a laugh you could not forget. You could hear her across the room. Precious soul.
22-year-old Ellie was valedictorian of her graduating class and a new med student at UT Health Science Center in Memphis. She was determined to dedicate her life to helping others before hers came to a tragic end.
You find strength in knowing, you reflect back on who she was, what she did, and through lots of prayer.
Reporting in Lauderdale County, Bria Bolden, Action News 5.
Now, Hopper faces multiple charges in Shelby, Tipton, and Lauderdale counties. Investigators say he led police on a multi-county chase after the shooting at Shelby Farms Park. He was eventually arrested in Dyer County. The nature.
So you guys see his face, right? They have opened up an investigation now into his into this too, and I'll show you guys that video. Let me read you guys his charges. So in Shelby County, I think it is, he has the murder charge for doing that to Ellie, and then in Dyer County, he has attempted first-degree murder against a law enforcement officer, felony evading arrest in a vehicle, reckless driving, and resisting arrest. And then also in Tipton County, he has felony evading, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, reckless driving, and resisting arrest. Yeah, I'll show you guys how he got the black eye. Let me see here. Let me get us back. Let me see here. So now we can talk about his arrest. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys that Ellie was also a sorority sister. And how did she find the time for all that, you guys? Bless her little heart. She was a sorority sister, and they said that she was always willing to help them at any time, and that she wouldn't let anybody get her in a bad mood. And that's such a great quality to have that I wish I had, actually. Let's see here. Okay, so this is about his arrest. I'll show you guys the video. I can't share it with you guys. I had to edit it. Let me see here so that we could see it. It was sideways when it first happened. Let me make sure I've got you guys here. Okay. And of course, these people don't know that he has led them on a 4-county chase for 70 miles, sometimes at up to 80 miles per hour. And also, he was going the wrong way into oncoming traffic here. And he made the call and said that he was not stopping, and he told them he was armed. And after he did that, that's when they find out that he's the one that hurt Ellie earlier in the day. This was they tried to start pursuing him around 1 p.m. and they finally were able to perform a pit maneuver. They get cleared to perform a pit maneuver, and that's finally what stops him and flips his vehicle. So the people recording this, they obviously don't know what he's been up to. And I'll read you the statements from all of the police departments after this so we can see more about it.
No.
Oh, wait, hold on a second, guys. Let me tell you, if you have little kids in the room, earmuffs. This is really, really bad language about to come up. So earmuffs, guys.
Look at your gun. Show your hand. He's pretty dead. I don't give a shit. Show me your hand. I need to see your fucking hand. Hands, motherfucker, hands. Hands. I'm ready to get ready to put hands on him. Oh shit. Let me see your fucking hands. Boy, it's cup. Oh, he's hitting them. No fucking reason. Babe, stay out of it. Hey, lady. You don't want none of this. Stop. You don't want none of this. It's all on video. It's 12 of them.
I don't give two fucks. I don't get to beat somebody up like that.
You got to pick your battles, babe. I'm serious. It's all on camera.
They said that he he had tried to steal the officer's handgun during this time, and so that's what this fight was about. And now you guys kind of understand how he got the black eye and stuff. Yeah.
Gotta pick your battles.
They're fucking with him.
Electricity, acid,
Well, he's not stoned because he wouldn't. He just stop it now.
Stop, man. He was driving down the other side of the grass. Oh, they pushed him off over there. Huh? They pushed him over there. Oh, did they? Oh, yeah. They've been going after him for a minute. They've been after him. What? Is that Lauderdale County and Dare County, or just Lauderdale County? All of them. I'm gonna get on that radar. I'm serious.
No, I know.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
So many people almost killed.
Yep.
Stupid people in the world.
Is he drunk or what?
Now can I cut down his arm?
Oh. That. Thank you.
Wanted for murder.
What?
Thank you.
Oh, you wanted for murder.
He had a gun.
Thank you for taking care of it.
Whoa, I didn't notice that he was in his pajamas, you guys. So he was so mad at her that he just put his pajamas on and followed her and found her and done that right in front of God and everybody, besides everything else. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I would never.
Okay, guys. So now I am going to tell you guys what the cops are saying about this. So let's see here. I went and found what the police have said all over everywhere from all of their social medias and everything like that. But then after I found all that, then I found an article that has it all together. So let me see here. I'm sorry, guys. I should have warned you more about the physical violence that you were going to see too. I'm glad that we couldn't see a lot of it, that it was down in that ditch, but we can imagine, we did see enough. And I'm sorry, I should have warned you more about that too. I'm very sorry. Okay, so this is his car that after they performed the pit maneuver, and they did find a loaded handgun in his car, but I don't know if he was pointing it at him or what. I'll read you guys what the police are saying. Okay, so this was on the 19th after it happened. So there's 4 different counties and there's 4 different you guys know Burton Staggs. Hey Chopper, good to see you. Yeah, we're a pretty good chat. Thank you so very much. We like to have new peoples in here. I have the best subscribers, really, you guys, and I'm not I might be a bit biased. Okay, so you guys know Burton Staggs. He is an investigative journalist out of Tennessee, and so he goes to a lot of trials, and he's really good. He reported a lot about Joe Clyde Daniels, I believe, when that little boy was missing. They still haven't found him, but he has an inside source, so quote unquote source. So you guys take it for what you will, but this is what he says. Several of you have reached out about the man who is accused of murdering Ellie Young in Memphis. To me, he shall remain nameless and faceless. She deserves all the attention, not him. And I do agree about that, you guys. That's why I don't put the perpetrators on my thumbnails with the victims, I think about that. But also, I wanted to show him a lot today because DV can happen this guy just got his master's degree a few months ago. So just because somebody is successful academically or professionally doesn't mean that they're not capable of things like this, So it says, after the shooting, that man ran from law enforcement, reportedly made threats, and was eventually stopped by a Dyer County deputy. Here is new and exclusive information to me from a trusted source with knowledge of the investigation. The command has already been given to use deadly force to stop the suspected murderer after deputies had disabled his vehicle. The suspect was then trying to find and get to his gun in the car that was turned upside down to use against the officers. He was not complying with officers' commands, reaching for one of the officers' holsters. They used whatever force necessary to get the handcuffs on the suspect. The video doesn't show the suspect's actions as the officers attempted to subdue him. All officers involved used what force was necessary to effect his arrest and did an extraordinary job in stopping him from taking any other lives. This man took the life of a 22-year-old woman who was on the path of being a doctor. Well, yes, that's true, but that's why there's court, I don't know, you guys. I'm having a real hard time because you guys are really right, though, that they could have harmed this case because of acting like that. And also, I understand that he just tried to also run over 2 deputies as well. But you have to control your actions. If you have impulse control like that on a job like that, that's not good. And this could be someone who is innocent, that they're treating this way. So I'm glad to talk to you guys about stuff like this. Hey, Heather Bratt, good to see you. How are you? Heather Bratt had to teach me how to say Ellie's sorority the other day. It was funny. The Z's and it was hard. Okay, so that was Burton Stagg's inside quote unquote source. But now I'm going to read to you what the different so I do have all of them here separately, what the police said. Let's see here. Let's read this one. Dyer County is where he stopped at. So let's make sure that what's in the article I'm going to read, if it's the same, then we'll skip over it. You're right, Neat Noodle. She says, if the report is correct, then the body cam footage will confirm it. You're absolutely right. So I'm gonna hold out to see the body cam, and that will tell us a whole lot. It says, so this was a few days ago. I got this yesterday, so this was a few days ago. This was when they added on the attempted murder charges for the deputies that he tried to run over. It says, as a result of the ongoing investigation by the Dyer County Sheriff's Office, we have issued arrest warrants on Jackson Hopper for attempted first-degree murder against a law enforcement officer, felony evading arrest in a vehicle, reckless driving, and resisting arrest. Sheriff Box said the suspect shot and killed an innocent woman enjoying the day with her parents. He then began to flee from officers. Well, they can't just say that either. Now, I don't agree with that. They should say allegedly, because even though people saw him and he was in the vehicle that they got the license plate number to and stuff, before anybody is convicted, we all know that we have to say allegedly. Oh, it's okay, Heather. It's okay. Um, So he says the suspect shot and killed an innocent woman enjoying the day with her parents. He then began to flee from officers through multiple counties, driving on the wrong side of Highway 51, endangering the lives of officers and many citizens, all in an attempt to escape justice. He tried to kill a constable in Tipton County and attempted to kill one of my deputies with his vehicle. Upon realizing the threat he posed, driving on the wrong side of Highway 51 through Dyersburg, our agency authorized deadly force, a pit maneuver, to stop this suspect before killing more innocent people. He had 70 miles and 4 counties to stop. He refused. He was given multiple commands by officers to show his hands. He refused. Before he was able to shoot officers or attempt to flee on foot, he was pulled from the vehicle with a loaded handgun nearby. Hopper immediately began fighting and resisting while ignoring the loud, clear commands from law enforcement officers. He also attempted to take the service weapon of an officer. Law enforcement officers wage war every day on the streets against the most violent criminals to keep innocent people safe. It's not always easy, pretty, or safe. Officers are sworn to use necessary force in order to get Hopper into handcuffs without any further loss of life, which they were eventually able to do. He could have peacefully surrendered or turned himself into authorities. However, Hopper made it very clear early on that he did not want to go to jail and was not going to jail easily. Well, that doesn't mean that when you do stop him that you have to do all that, you know. I am proud of our deputy who heroically performed a pit maneuver which proved to be a life-saving decision for innocent motorists on Highway 51 in Dyer County, and it is routine procedure for an internal review to be completed anytime deadly force is used to effect an arrest. Thank you to all citizens who took evasive action to keep from being hit head-on by Hopper, and all the officers involved are very fortunate to have survived. Remembering the life of Ellie Young and doing everything we can to reduce violence against women is the focus of our efforts going forward. We hope you will join us on the mission. And then it says what Attorney General will be prosecuting the case. Hey, Aries, how are you? How are you? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay, now I'll show you guys the, let's look at this article because it puts all of the officers, all of their comments together here. I remembered to get you guys this time. Hopefully you can see it now. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Geez. And then you guys, if you guys know I don't know much about tech, but if you turn on the ad blocker, if you have an ad blocker, then it won't let you see some of these news sites. So I had to turn the ad blocker off, but then you get all this stuff. So I don't know. So that tells the new warrants that he's got. And that is his statement that I just read to you guys. So here it says, investigators said Hopper took off after the shooting, and his vehicle was later spotted by police in Mason, Tennessee, who, along with Tipton County deputies, began chasing the suspect. The Tipton County Sheriff said at one point in Covington, Hopper tried to run over a Tipton County constable with the constable was deploying stop sticks. Sheriff Beasley said the chase continued into Lauderdale and then Dyer County. Authorities said in Dyer, Hopper tried to run over another deputy before a Dyer County deputy crashed into him to stop as he reportedly continued going the wrong way into oncoming traffic. Well, this dude was just having a goodness sakes, doing all that. And he even called before this traffic chase even started. He even called and told them that he was armed and that he was not going to stop. He was putting a lot of lives at risk that day, but guys, even after he already, and they know he wasn't scared to already take a life. So he was putting a lot of people at risk, but I still don't agree with what they did to him after, you guys. I really don't, now that I'm thinking about it. I told you guys it's hard for me because I was in that one really bad DV incident. So I think that I'm glad I'm talking to you guys because it's helping, you know. Um, we all have biases, you guys. Even if we think that we don't, sometimes we do. And I realize that I kind of do about things like this, you know. So it's good to be open and talk about it. He tried to kill. Upon realizing the threat he was posed on the wrong side of Highway 51, our agency authorized deadly force, a pit maneuver to stop this subject before killing more innocent people. He had 70 miles and 4 counties to stop. He refused. He was given multiple commands by officers to show his hands. He refused. Before he was able to shoot officers or attempt to flee on foot. So that's what I read you guys already. Hopper immediately began fighting and resisting while ignoring the loud, clear commands from law enforcement officers. He also attempted to take the service weapon of an officer. So they're making big claims here, you guys. They are making really big claims, and that's what the body cameras should definitely show. Oh, thanks, Brett. It is. It is. It gets me in trouble sometimes. Sheriff Beasley said Hopper fought with deputies as he was arrested, and a gun was later found in his vehicle. Hopper was taken for medical treatment following his arrest, according to the sheriff. And then that was what I read to you guys already, too. So this says an investigation into arrest after cell phone video surfaces. Do you guys think, I don't know how they would have known unless just by looking at his face. Oh, you guys, that reminds me. Okay, the first, I did a few lives with my friend Case True Crime Karens, and we streamed to my channel too. And thanks, Chopper. Chopper says, Mo and Co, you're not alone. Thank you, buddy. None of you guys are either. We're all in this together. I saw this sticker the other day, you guys, and it says, we're all just walking each other home. And that just hit my feels because we really are. You know what? But what I was going to say was, before I started doing anything by myself on my own channel, me and my friend Case True Crime Karens, we would stream to both of our channels. So we did a few lives like that. But the first lives that I started doing by myself was for the, there was the guy that killed the Tennessee, the policeman in Tennessee, and shot the lady policeman too, but she made it. But anyways, when the cops finally found him a few days later in Knoxville, he didn't have marks on him like that, and he took one of their own. So maybe he didn't put up a fight, though. I don't know, guys. Yeah, you're right, Aries. We need to clone ourselves, don't we? You know. Neat Noodle says, what a sad situation. This guy took the life of a very loved, promising person and ruined his own life in the process. Yep. He sure did. 71, I started doing my own lives in February. Yep, this past February is when I started doing it. But I was posting on, when I first got a community tab, my own, I started doing my prayer requests on there. So I started doing those before I ever did any of my own lives. And it was just a few weeks ago that I'd been doing those. So I was proud of us for doing that for a year in a row. Yeah. Well, thanks, 71. Thank you so much. So very much. What I was going to say, guys. Okay, so it says the investigation into arrest after cell phone video surfaces. Do you think that there would have been an investigation without the cell phone video? I mean, they would have had to think, okay, why is his face like that? You know, but I don't know. I'm not sure how that works, if there would have been an investigation or not. But it says the Tipton and Lauderdale Sheriff's Office said both agencies are conducting investigations after they become aware of cell phone video of Hopper's arrest. Hopper had a black eye and other noticeable scratches as he appeared in court in Shelby County October 21st. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office never condones personal misconduct, but understands that all sources of information must be evaluated before conclusions can be drawn, said Lauderdale County Sheriff Brian Kelly in a social media post. Any findings will be made public when applicable and based on the recommendations of the District Attorney of the 25th Judicial District. Based on the cell phone footage, we are working alongside other agencies and officials as we conduct an internal investigation into this matter, said Sheriff Beasley on social media. A review of body camera and in-camera footage as well as witness statements are being reviewed and released to the Attorney General's office. We will review all pertinent material before drawing any conclusions, and we ask that everyone do the same. Hey, Sunday Doodles, how are you? Oh, Sunday, I wanted to tell you that even though I switched my settings so that people could put links in my comments, I can't find your link anywhere. Do you mind sending it to me on Discord and I'll share it? Because if it's important to you, then I really want to make sure that it gets shared, but I can't find it. I even added you as an authorized user, I think it's called, so that you could post links, but I still didn't see it. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing about that, but if you could send it to me on there, I would greatly appreciate it. It says both departments are asking anyone to contact them if they were a witness or were affected by Hopper's reckless driving. So, yeah, Chopper, you can, I'll share my email and you can email me and I can give you the link. Oh, so, and then this is him. That's what he looked like in court after a few days. So let's see if there's anything else down here. No, I think that's it. There is one more video that I want to show you guys that talks a little bit about Ellie's legacy and a little bit more about DV. So I'll keep you guys updated about if he gets bond. But they said in one of those counties, they've already said that he has $150K bond. So he's got like 3 more counties that he has charges in, plus the the big one, the homicide charge. So hopefully he won't get bond on any of those. But I will keep you guys updated. Okay, Trista, I hope you have a great day at work. We got it. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see here. I don't think I can retract not bought. Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. Okay, now let's see here. Let me get us back. Okay, let's see here. Here it is. Here we go. And now I can share this link and watch it later, too. Let me see here. Oh, wait, guys, sorry.
said their final goodbye to Ellie Young at the first. Those around her, and she wouldn't, is said to have want anyone to focus on the pain her death has caused. Her passing instead has sparked some important conversations that we really need to have. As the sun sets in Ripley, Tennessee, loved ones said their final goodbye to Ellie Young at the First United Methodist Church. 1 week since a 22-year-old lost her life on a day where people were meant to celebrate breast cancer survivors. A moment that rattled the surrounding community.
Sound like fireworks, but it was gunshots. We was like, what's going on? They said, a guy just shot a woman 5 times. On a day like today, I was completely shocked.
Young's killer, her ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old Jackson Hopper, who was arrested after his car flipped over in Dyer County following a multi-county chase. Family members said the two had recently broken up.
I think this is a reminder to us there is so much more work.
Nate, that is a very good question. Neat Noodle says, I wonder if the best thing we can teach our children is how to cope. It seems like these instances always seem to result from the inability to accept situations that don't go as they would like. That is a very good question. I think you're exactly right. Yeah, I figured it out, Nate. That's okay. That's a very good question.
That we need to do in identifying domestic violence.
In the days following her death, the case brought forth important discussions of recognizing the signs of domestic violence, what to do, and the possible solution to preventing another death like Young's.
I just think it's terrible, man. It's terrible. We got to do something about this gun violence.
For now, while Hopper remains in jail, wanted for several charges, including first-degree murder, a community remains strong, praying for a brighter tomorrow to carry on Young's memory. And Kevin, a candlelight vigil will be held at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center tomorrow at 7 p.m. That's where Young went to school. But as for Hopper, because of the severity of this case, Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy asked that he was held without bond. His bail hearing is set for Monday. However, it was already reset once, so we will have to wait and see if anything comes out of this one. Back to you.
All right, Stefan, thank you. If you or someone you know is in a domestic violence situation, you can call that number on your screen now. That's 1-800-799.
That is the number that I just dropped, you guys. That will take you to those numbers that are on screen. And I also have been sharing resources on my community tab. This for today's prayer post that I left. I also put some. I think it's the same resource that I put in the comments, but like 2 community posts ago, when I was speaking about why some victims can't leave or they won't leave their relationship, I left a different resource in those comments, and you can use that site and look for resources by state. That was a really good site that I found. And all of these sites, you guys, it has an X in the upper right hand corner, and I did test it out. So if you need help and you don't want anybody else to know that you're looking at these things, you press the X in the upper right hand corner and it will take you to Google and take you out of there really quickly. But it is important to know that it'll be in your history still. So you do need to be careful about that it will be in your history still. So stay safe, you guys. So how are you guys feeling? This one was really tough to watch. It was tough to research and it was tough to watch, but I felt like the story needed to be told because like I said, these 2 kids had they weren't on substances that we know of. That one cop said something at the end that he saw on Jackson's places on his arms, but that's just hearsay. But they weren't on substances that we know of. They I don't know how you could be and do all the schooling that they had just done, but and they had their they just graduated. Both of them had just graduated. They'd graduated college. Ellie just graduated college this past year, and he had just gotten his master's degree. So just because people they look successful on the outside doesn't mean that they're not struggling and could do these things that Jackson allegedly done. You know, it really is 71. It's all messed up and upside down sometimes. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me today. It really means a whole lot. I told you guys that there was 2 other unsolved murders from Letcher County that I wanted to speak about next time. I'm hoping that I can find out some more personally about the victims before I speak on them, because you guys know I really like to do that. And so I'm hoping to talk about that next time. And also, you guys, okay, I don't want to talk about it a whole lot yet, but I've been looking into a lawsuit. Not the lawsuit that everybody else is talking about right now, but a lawsuit against Impact Plastics. And there was 11 employees when it was in Erwin, Tennessee, when Helene hit September 27th. And there was a flood hit when Helene, all the rain and the flood hit, and 11 workers were on the back of a semi truck, and 6 of them drowned, unfortunately, and passed away. And 4 out of the 6 were Hispanic speaking. They were Hispanic and Spanish speaking, and they didn't have they didn't have an interpreter to tell them what to do, you know, and which I don't know. They wouldn't let them go, you guys, and that's been really upsetting to me. And I've looked into all of the victims, and I might like to share that with you guys. 71 says, oh yeah, I remember that, and they fell off the truck. Yeah, yep. And I also found an interview from the truck driver, and he said that he had backed it up to help, and he was holding on to one of the victims, Bertha. And he said that he told her, I won't let you drown, ma'am. I've got you. I've got you. And he got knocked out. He got hit in the head with something and got knocked out. And so he had to let go of her. And he says he still has nightmares about it. And I just feel so sorry for all of them. They made them stay at work. 71 says, yep, they sure did. And 2 other factories in the same industrial park. One of the factories let their employees off the day before, and let them off that day too. Told them to go ahead and stay home that day. And another factory had let their workers start leaving at 7:30 a.m. Well, it was almost 11 a.m. and Impact Plastics wasn't letting them go, allegedly. So that's been really upsetting to me too. And I figured we could talk about that. Something to talk about with Broken Justice says, you did a great job. Thank you. That really means a lot to me, because I try really hard to talk to you, not to read a whole lot, and to talk to you guys like we're having a chat, you know, and it means a lot to me to get the facts straight for the victims as much as I can. Heather Bratt says, oh, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, and I might like to tell you guys about those victims. And it's they didn't pass away on company property. So, and I have the lawsuit, and it tells the times of the text, and I've got some of the videos, you guys, that another man that was there that made it off the back of the truck that was rescued by the helicopter. I have some of his videos, you guys, and they will absolutely break your heart. It's so scary and freaky looking watching it. Hippie Chick says, great live today, Mo. Thank you. Thank you all so very much for coming. Wow, 71, they wouldn't. Well, they said that this Impact Plastics, there was some kind of quota they were trying to meet, I think. But we'll have to look through it and stuff. And if there's anything else that you guys ever want to talk about, email me or send me a message, and I don't care a bit. Okay, guys, I'm going to go and get a snack. I'm hungry. I'm about to get hangry. Thank you guys so very much, though, and I love you all. And don't forget to take take your vitamins and to say your prayers. Those are two very important things. And I will see you guys next time, okay? I love you all. See you later. Bye-bye.